You know it, it is your Wednesday, spell with an I, W-I-N-D-S-D-Y, stock review. Let's go all into what's going on this fantastically splendid, profitable day. Hey traders from around the world, it's Jeremy Alexander Newsom with your Wednesday real life stock review. And today, yep, we're gonna spell it with another I, Wednesday. Some good stuff happening out there in the markets. A really interesting, kind of weird day overall, but kind of fun, honestly. Interesting gap up, and we've slowly been grinding higher most of the day. Here's the 5-minute chart on the SPY. So initially this morning, gap up, quick fade down, and then we've been bouncing slowly most of the afternoon, kind of grinding a little bit higher. One of the big trades, the stocks that we were focusing on the most today was AMD. AMD had an immaculate sell-off this morning, and we had a lot of traders bank some nice gains as it broke this little consolidation right here. So you can see it just kind of trade sideways for a little bit and then just really broke. Big bear selling, a lot of volume, trade sideways, and then broke down. So this kind of catch right there was nice. Trade into the 100, Robert Falco, Lottie Minhar, a few other traders buying it down here, riding it up. John King snagging himself an R, so great job, John, on AMD. Really overall, gorgeously played on AMD. I mean, this stock was down. If we go to the daily chart, what's interesting about AMD, we are down like 13% in the last just few days. So if I come over here, going back to the high, right? AMD, yep, down 15% from May 20th till today. But really it just traded right into the 100 simple moving average on the daily chart. That's that blue line. And what's also cool, the low of May 1st was 49.09. The low of today, 49.09. So whoever bought it back there on May 1st, they did so again, and they are already up nicely. So buy low, sell high on AMD. I do have some 45 put sales for July 2nd, which is the Thursday before July 4th weekend. And I don't mind owning shares of AMD at 45 at all. In fact, I kind of hope we do. That'd be really fun. Buy low, sell high on AMD. Trend is still bullish. Buy as low as you can, sell as high as you can, and that's pretty much all I got. Dennis requested Dropbox, ticker symbol DBX. And here's the thing about Dropbox. I do like the company. I understand exactly how they make money. I do use them, but I think there are better products out there. You have iCloud, you have Google Drive, you have OneDrive for Microsoft. There's so many other storage capabilities and opportunities on Dropbox. Although I could see Dropbox memberships increasing because of all the people who will be working from home and, going back and forth between their company, their business, their structures, files, sending it. But with companies like WeTransfer as well, here's WeTransfer.com. Companies like WeTransfer, Google Drive, iCloud storage, OneDrive, I just don't see them being a phenomenal competitor. Although they're not very expensive right now. And yes, they were up at the $40 price range at one particular point in time. So here's my thought on Dropbox. Just tiptoe in, small size. You're a little bit on the high side right now. Again, back in March, well, everything was low in March, but Dropbox is up 50% in the last 2 months. So I would just simply think on DBX overall, I'd really like to buy it around the $20 price range if you're going to play it bullish. That's where I'd feel more comfortable. If you do buy it, just tiptoe in, because eventually I think Dropbox could break out of this 100 simple on a weekly chart. And if it does, then yeah, we could absolutely start seeing some rampage higher, but just be a little patient between now and then. All right, some other stocks that I had some traders request. Let me pop over here and pull this up. All right, let's go check out Roku. And Roku, this was a beautiful move today. Roku had a really, really great gap down. This is the daily chart. And what was interesting on Roku, you had 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 bearish candles in a row. This purple line simply shows an order where we were looking at getting in long at real life trading. You had this double bottom neckline from March 24th, and you had the gap action. Nice retest gap from April 13th to April 14th and 15th. Trading into that support, buy low, sell high. Low of this candle is 101.56. And yeah, it was a good support. Nice pullback, nice entry level. The challenge with Roku is if you're playing it, big picture, ladies and gentlemen, she had such a megalithic massive move in 2019 that you're going to have a lot more consolidation. So let me just pop over to Roku really quick and just kind of show you what I'm looking at. So this is again, the monthly chart. Notice 2019, you were up, that's right, 400% and some change. No big deal, right? So it's going to consolidate. It's going to be a while before it really starts stretching its legs again, in my personal opinion. I could like to see it trade sideways, hang out, rest, but I do think that this is a spot where you could look at slowly tiptoeing in on Roku if you were interested in doing so. Here's another request for RES. And RES, what's cool about this one, if you're going out to the monthly chart, another stock that's just been getting absolutely pounded. This is an oil field, right? So most oil companies look exactly like this. It's down, no big deal, 87%. So a little bit of it's riding the struggle bus for a bit. We are at a good support. We have traded down to a megally strong support. Daily chart, weekly chart, we're down here. We're battling the long-term moving averages. We are trading sideways. And for me, if I'm looking at playing RES bullish, which I'm not, but if I were, I'd like to buy some at 287. Although I do like these lower highs, I do like these higher lows. There is a pennant pattern building, and you could certainly watch for a quick breakout, because sure, a breakout on a $3 stock from 340 to 412 is some nice gains, and the volume on this company is totally doable and reasonable for you to trade. That's just what I would look for and watch on RES personally. Buy low, sell high, watch them for that consolidation and a quick little breakout into the 200. Then once it's the 200, who the heck knows from there? Really, I mean, with a lot of oil companies, they are still going to be in hurt for a while. All right, next we got Shopify, SHOP, one of the strongest stocks out there. And Angela was looking at Shopify earlier today in the morning room when it was down around 7:15. And I was mentioning to her, yep, looks like a great long, because it was a tremendous trap. Big bearish candle. This was 4 white candles in a row, and we gapped up to an all-time high. What do you think it's going to do? So it sold off big yesterday. We kept selling off this morning, and we threw in some strong lower shadows below these price points, trapping anyone who had their stop in too tight, and also most likely trapping some bears. Now, Shopify, I agree, he's been on an absolute rampage Jackson of a trend recently, and does need to kind of slow down and calm down for a moment. So my overall thought process on Shopify is short term, if you're playing it, you could be extremely aggressive with your bull trade. I'm fine with that. But something like this makes sense, where you go a little bit higher, trade into 800, and then we pull back down and kind of just start bouncing around for a little bit, and then we eventually go higher. That makes the most sense on Shopify. It's just really high. So short term, in and out makes sense. Buy it as low as you can and just be a little bit patient up at this level, because just April 3rd, okay, she's up 125%. So a month and a half, going on 2 months. I mean, that's a lot for Shopify. And again, it can continue higher, and most likely will over the long term. A lot of people staying home, creating their e-commerce websites, creating their Shopify stores. This stock, long term, great growth ahead, but just buy it as low as you can and be a little bit patient. Don't chase it too heavy at these particular prices. KGC, what is this one? The gold. I want to know where the gold's at. Show me the gold. Well, gold just needs a little bit of a rest. This is the monthly chart on KGC, and a lot of people are quite interested and excited about some gold plays, and I agree. Looking at the monthly chart, it seems like you're getting a lot of breakouts, but it's just, again, it's gold. So it can only go up so high so quick. You do need some semblance of a pullback, and I think we're really getting it today. In fact, the low of this candle on May 1st is 637. The low of today was 634. So that seems to me that today's open could have stopped out some people who had their stop a little bit too tight, but the moving averages still actually look pretty okay. These are the daily moving averages. These are the longer term moving averages. So we're below those, but we're above those. Therefore, longer term, I still like it. I think that gold, if I just pop over to GLD, in general need a little bit of a rest, and we're getting it. So the trend, still bullish. Weekly chart, still bullish. Just need a rest, needs a pullback. Buy as low as you can. Don't be bearish on them yet. Just tiptoe in at these levels. Don't do anything too aggressive. That's just my opinion as it stands presently. Had a request for VFF, Village Farms International. This is the weekly chart on Village Farms International, and good volume last week. Really strong volume. Here's the monthly chart. and really just kind of hanging out at this support. Nothing too wild and crazy to see here. So back to the daily on Village Farms, and you can see all the volume that's coming in here. Huge volume, beautiful breakouts above these averages. So really what you would want to be looking for, again, in my opinion, is probably some type of S-curve, hashtag buy the salsa. So here's the breakout, something like this, pull back to 450 and some change, and that would kind of be your buy the dip zone. Certainly one to watch, but the 200 will be a Helen of Troy brick wall for this thing to break through. It's going to take some time for it to do so, I think, but overall, just shorter term based on the volume and candlesticks. I do like it. Bullish looks nice. Just looking for a little bit more of a pullback on VFF. All right, 3 more that were requested, actually 2. Here's APA, Apache Corporation. Again, another energy and oil play that's going to be a little bit tougher, a lot more advanced trading strategies, styles, and knowledge and experience is going to be required to make a lot of money on energies, in my opinion. Obviously, textbook double bottom, closing above the neckline, retesting the neckline back in April. So if you're playing it, I mean, you've been most likely bullish since early April, and you haven't been losing on that at all. But yeah, there's a really, really nice, strong resistance on Apache at 1347. You can see we're making higher lows and relative highs. So eventually, you would assume it's going to break out higher, and of course, it doesn't have to. But this is the monthly chart. Apache just getting torn to shreds. I mean, it looks like my Parmesan cheese in my fridge. It is just beaten up really, really far down here. So if I'm looking at Apache, again, the trend is a little bit more bearish, unfortunately, and I get it. I understand that this company should not go to zero, but it's possible that it does. So if it closes above 1347, I'll feel a little bit stronger about going along on it. And from here, as far as a drop, I'd actually like for it to drop back down into the low 9s, high 8s. And that would be a dip buying opportunity, in my opinion, on Apache. All right, that's pretty cool. Next on the list is going to be TT that was requested. So what stock is TT? Train Technologies. Interesting. All right, cool. I never heard of this company in my entire life. Here's the monthly chart. What a pullback. So already automatically looking at this, first thing I see, we were bouncing off of the 100 simple on a monthly chart. That's right, monthly chart. Trend is bullish, has been bullish. I mean, 2008 we got bought up. 2011 we got bought up. 2016 we got bought up. This is another buying opportunity on Train. No idea what the company does. I can guess, but long term, buy the dip and sell it as high as you can. This is probably not a buying candle right now. Keep in mind, and remember this for always, it is most advantageous for you to be buying when you're scared. When you have little information, little insight, and little knowledge about what it's going to do, and you're kind of scared and terrified and afraid, and so is everyone else, those are usually the best times to buy. When it's most obvious, when it's most serene, when it's most no-brainer, at these resistances, after a bunch of white candles in a row, when you feel like it's just, so easy, look at how much information I have, look at how high it is, those are generally not the best places to buy. So anyway, on Train Technologies, ticker symbol TT, I'd like a pullback into this 84-ish area. If I was buying, this is where I would be looking at buying, is around 84 and some change. Now, really quick, to walk you through some of our swing trades that we are in as of today. Let's pop through some of them. So first on the list is Uber, ticker symbol UBER, and Uber is just kind of hanging out. We did get triggered into some bullish a while ago. I do like the hammer. That looks nice. Could have sold yesterday at open. Thought about it. Was very close to it, but didn't. So obviously should have sold at open yesterday and then just retook the exact same trade today. But Uber right now, bullish trend, like the hammer candle. We're up on it presently. Teva, ticker symbol TEVA, another swing trade that we're in, and this one is Rocket Man. Elton John taking out the bearish hammer from May 13th. Right now it's looking good, and Teva is working out so far, at least. Next on the list, we are in on Smile Direct, ticker symbol SDC. Love the candle. I mean, if we close like this is kind of best case scenario. Closing above this high wave candle, closing above this bearish candle, closing above this bearish candle with a gap. I really like Smile Direct to run higher into 844, where we will exit a quarter of our position and then move the stop into 619, hopefully to lose small on Smile Direct, worst case scenario. The other one that we are in is Eventbrite, ticker symbol EB, and I kind of like this candle coming in on Eventbrite as well. Hopefully, if we start slowly moving higher on Eventbrite based on this bullish gap and go from May 18th, target is $9.58 for a quarter, and then we'll increase the stop a little bit, and then hopefully from there, I mean, really, if it can close above the May 20th candle, things will be looking real toasty, and I'd be pretty pleased about it. So that's Eventbrite. Datadog. DDOG, we got triggered in on a pullback today. We might even exit this one tomorrow. A really quick drop, aggressive pullback, aggressive trend, fast selling today on a lot of these cloud companies, but we caught it. We caught the low around some moving averages, and if we get a little bit of a bounce tomorrow, I might just sell this one for an R and some change and see if we can lock in a gain tomorrow on a lot of our positions. Here's another one. GAN missed the limit sell on this one pre-market by a penny. So the highs were 17.19 and 17.20 pre-market. We're trying to get out at 17.21. So right now we're still in GAN. It's looking good. I do like the candle. I do like the lower shadow. Yes, it is a hangman, but you know what's going to happen after today in the afternoon room? If we do not hit this target the next few hours, I'm going to have to increase this target probably to 17.60 or maybe even 18. And that would be a huge win for us on GAN if that actually does indeed happen. And based on this candle, I mean, it really, really could if things start rocking and rolling. So that could be a really, really fun trade, hopefully. And then last but not least is TAST. Carol's Restaurant breaking out in on this one bullish. I like it. I like the candle. I like the breakout. It looks nice. So ironically enough, we are profitable actually on every single swing trade that we are in other than go-go calls. We're just kind of breaking even. They're just kind of hanging out, hanging out trading sideways, not doing too much right now. But yeah, those expire in June. So we will see. But presently, May, wow. First part of May was an extreme battle, but many of us have come back to see the green in the markets, and we are definitely pleased about it. Pretty pumped. Otherwise, SpaceX launches today. This is going to be a really, I mean, just a phenomenal moment in U.S. history. Make sure to tune in, watch this, see it live, see how we take something that has, I mean, hasn't happened in so long, and a private company headed by your boy, the man, Elon Musk. And I think at some point that's going to start getting some really good pressure on Tesla as well. Bouncing off the 20, I did buy back these bear call spreads and call sales at 1040. Sold those for 13, bought them back for $4. So just taking advantage of the volatility and the sideways move. That's what's really cool about Tesla, folks. She is trading sideways. Pressure is building, and there will be a break in one direction or another in the next few weeks. I don't know what the direction it's going to be, but it is coming. Watch it closely. It's going to be a lot of fun. All right, folks, that's it for me. Thank you for tuning in. I appreciate each and every one of you, and I will see you all later, which is going to be on Friday for your trade review. And until then, love life, and trade it. Bye. All right, simply put, that was your Wednesday stock review. Thanks for watching. You are a wonderful person.